What's going on, everybody? Thank y'all for clicking on this video today. If y'all new to the channel, like the content, please make sure to like, subscribe like always. It'd be very much appreciated. But today, we got to talk about some boxing because this past weekend, we had a huge fight in the 175 division. Bivol versus Beterbiev was this weekend. Finally, the fight happened. There were so many times where the fight got pushed back because maybe one of them got hurt or just something like that. But yeah, we've been wanting this fight for a while, and we finally got it. So now we have to talk about it. First things first, I want to talk about Saudi and how they're making this whole thing. They're making their footprint into this whole boxing world now. You know what I mean? I forgot his name, but the guy who's been at the events, taking place over there in Saudi, he's been doing pretty well. They call him, what is his name, man? Y'all know what I'm talking about. He's like royalty and stuff like that, right? But they've been doing they've been doing pretty good in terms of like making fights, making events happen and stuff like that. Because obviously they did this fight, they did Terrence Crawford's fight, they've done the Usyk versus Fury fight, so they're doing pretty well, But yeah, you're starting to notice like some fights now. You see a lot more fights in Saudi, and they're looking like they're kind of changing the game, not only in boxing, but like also if you look at stuff like football, soccer. You know what I mean? The Saudi league over there is looking big. They just got Ronaldo, Neymar, and stuff like that. So, I don't know, man. Saudi always had money. So, looking like they're kind of trying to take over the sports. I don't know if it's a good thing. I don't know if it's a bad thing. I mean, it looks good so far because we're getting some pretty good fights. But, yeah, in terms of their events, there's some things I do like and some things I don't like. Like, especially for me, how long they take for them to actually get the fights going. Or well, the main event card. Like this past weekend, right? Bivol versus Beterbiev. Bro, this fight took years to actually come, and they had like a whole performance before the fight, and then the fighters finally came out, and they had like this crazy introduction. And I know it's like a really huge fight, but bro, these fighters are about to get cold standing in the ring for 80 plus years, bro. I'm telling you, it was taking years for them to finally get the fight going, but they finally got it. And in terms of the fight, It was a pretty good fight, I'm going to be honest straight off the back and say it was kind of underwhelming, I would say. Just because there wasn't really any crazy moments, no crazy highlights for any fighter. There was no fighter in there that got like really hurt or stumbled and had a good moment like that. Or obviously there wasn't a knockdown either. But this fight on a technical standpoint and IQ standpoint, it was a great fight to watch, Bivol did his thing. Beterbiev both did his thing, you know what I mean? So, I mean, these two fighters are the only one in 175 that have a belt, and they're both fighting each other to get undisputed. The first time in the four belt era. So, they're both going to bring their A game. The fight was a little underwhelming, but it was still a pretty good fight. I did enjoy the fight, but I feel like for like a casual fan, they probably wouldn't like this fight. But the actual fight wasn't the main talk when this fight ended. It was something else what I'm going to get into later on, but let's talk about the fighters, and yeah, let's just talk about both of their performances. So Bivol is pretty much known for beating Canelo when Canelo was on that huge run, killing everybody at 168. Canelo wanted to, be great, and he went up to 175 and tried to fight Bivol. And obviously Canelo was the favorite because the biggest boxing star right now. So a lot of people thought he was going to win. But damn, a lot of people were surprised. And I was too, I'm not going to lie, when he actually lost the fight to Bivol. But Bivol put an absolutely amazing performance that night. So he definitely deserved it. I wouldn't say, a lot of people say he made it look easy. But it just looked like Bivol was, it just looked like he was dominating Canelo. But I think a really big reason was because of the weight difference. 175, yeah, them boys are big up there. I'm not gonna lie. And Canelo's a short guy already. He's got some muscle, but it's like it's a different story when you go up there. But yeah, when Bivol won, he definitely got his name out there. I think after that, Eddie Hearn started being his promoter. So putting his eyes out there, and then obviously he was still at 175. And the talks right after the Canelo fight was Beterbiev, because Beterbiev was also another guy. The other boogeyman at 175, absolutely killing everything in his sight. This dude was 20-0 with 20 knockouts. It was 20-0 or something like that. But dude had every single fight and then with a knockout. Dude Beterbiev is scary. I'm not gonna lie. I watched a few of his fights, but the one that really surprised me, and maybe think like, okay, yeah, this guy's got it, was his most recent fight before the Bivol fight, which was Beterbiev versus Callum Smith. Because Callum Smith is a great fighter. He's been looking really good at 175. But when he went up against Beterbiev, I was thinking it's going to be a close fight. And it kind of was at one point. But dude, Beterbiev knocked him out. Or stopped him. He stopped him. And Callum Smith never been stopped before. So when I saw that, I was like, oh yeah, this guy's the real deal. And the thing about Beterbiev too is like, he's not even like the fastest fighter. He doesn't have crazy defense, head movement, nothing like that. The dude is strong. He's super strong. He looks kind of robotic when he fights. But when he hits you, dude, it doesn't even look powerful. But it hurts. It hurts bad. And Callum Smith definitely felt it. Everybody else he's fought definitely felt it. Because dude beat everybody and knocked out everybody he's fought. So yeah, that dude is super strong. Coming into this fight, I knew it was going to be 50-50. But for me, I personally leaned more towards Bivol. Just because he was younger. Obviously, we've seen him fight Canelo and put an absolute masterclass. So I knew he had that in him. And also, yeah, Beterbiev, like I said, he's younger. Beterbiev is like almost 40. He's been in some wars. He got cut ups really bad on one of these fights. So he's been a little bashed a little bit. But in terms of the fight, if I want to talk about just rounds by rounds, it looked like Bivol had a better game plan. He wasn't technically just moving around the ring the whole time. He would put his combinations out, and then he would slip in and slip out very quick. He has some really good defense. Beterbiev wasn't able to catch him, and if he did, it wouldn't be anything crazy because Bivol would block. Bivol was really good at blocking. Really good movement on the feet, and Beterbiev was just trying to stalk him down and, hurt him. But it just didn't seem like he was able to get to that point to hurt him that bad, to stop him. Because Bivol had a great game plan, and the dude is nice too. Bivol is really nice. He's a really good fighter. He could put some combinations. He's also really strong, so Beterbiev also had to watch for that. It just didn't seem like Beterbiev wanted to win this fight. It just seemed like he wasn't active enough, And I don't know if it's because he was watching out for Bivol's counters, because he was getting a little counters sometimes. I know Beterbiev said after the fight that he felt. Beterbiev said after the fight that he felt uncomfortable in there. So maybe that's why he wasn't as active. But yeah, it just seemed like Bivol had a better game plan, and it looked like he was winning the fight, But the only thing is, he did not finish the fight strong at all. The championship rounds was all Beterbiev, just kept stalking him and, just being more active there. And I don't think Bivol finished the fight well. But when the fight did end, I would say I was pretty much strongly thinking that Bivol won this fight, right? He did enough to win the fight. Like I said, he was pretty dominant other than the last 2-3 rounds. But everything else, I feel like he was dominant, had a good game plan, did some great boxing, so I thought he won. Now let's talk about what social media has been talking about a lot, and that's the decision of who won the fight. The judges gave it to Beterbiev. The judges gave it to Beterbiev, and Beterbiev became the first undisputed champion in the 4-belt era at 175. After that happened, I looked at my brother and my dad, and they were all shocked. Because I'm pretty sure we all thought Bivol won the fight. And a lot of people on social media thought Bivol won the fight. All you saw was Robbery everywhere you looked. For me, I would say I thought Bivol won. But I don't know. It's just because the way Bivol finished the fight, it wasn't convincing. You can't leave it to the judges. You gotta make it convincing that you want to win this fight. And he just didn't finish the fight well, But if you want to take all that out, you want to look at the fights before the championship rounds. Bivol was putting a great performance. So I think even if you take those rounds and give it a Beterbiev, I still think Bivol won. You know what I mean? So I also think a lot of people were mad because what one of the judges gave Beterbiev, I think it was like 116 to 112, 160 to 112 or something like that. Dude, that means that judge thought Beterbiev just put a dominant performance against Bivol, which is not the case. If anything, I would have saw Bivol win or a draw, but I don't know if I could see Beterbiev getting the W, but he did. Honestly, I know damn well Beterbiev probably doesn't care about it because, he's won. Now he's an undisputed champion. So he's probably not gonna care about it. And Bivol, I gotta shout out Bivol too. Great class at the end. Honestly, my biggest fight in my career, I would be fuming about it, bro, because I would think I won, you know. But he was very class about it, didn't make no excuses, and said he would fight him again. Beterbiev said the same thing. So, you know, class for both fighters. But yeah, I thought Bivol won the fight. But if they want a rematch, I mean, that could happen too. You know, the fight was pretty close, and I think the next time it would probably be a better fight because now they got used to each other in the ring, got used to their styles. So it might be a better fight. But yeah, like I said, I think Bivol won, and they should rematch. But yeah, man, that was it. That was the fight. They gave it a Beterbiev. Beterbiev won the fight. Like I said, I thought it was a little underwhelming. I think it could have been a little bit better. There wasn't like any crazy moments in the fight. But I got to talk about something real quick because, I mean, just seeing this fight and what it had, like the story behind it. You know, two guys, the best in their weight division, both have all the belts, you know, fighting for all the belts, you know. So I just feel like right now boxing needs this, bro. You know, I keep seeing great fighters, and I'm not going to say no names, say nobody, right? But I keep seeing fighters, huge fighters, getting these fights where you know damn well they're going to win this fight. They're just trying to, I don't know if they're just trying to make their record look better and stuff like that. Because you're not building a resume after this, because nobody knows these fighters you're fighting. You know what I mean? I'm sorry, but there's definitely better fighters you could be fighting. All these guys talking on social media or like they get on a podcast and they talk about, oh, I'm going to get him next. No, you're not, bro. You're going to keep cherry picking, and it goes to all these fighters. And it's like, bro, I need fights like this fight that just happened, Beterbiev versus Bivol. I need Usyk, Fury, you know, Fury versus Joshua. I need all these fights to happen. You know, Spence Jr. versus Crawford should have happened a while back. There's so many fights like Canelo versus Benavidez. These fights need to happen, bro. We as fans want to see these fights happen because these fights mean something. You know what I mean? It's two of the best fighting each other. And I know whoever wins is going to get love. And whoever loses is also going to get love because we appreciate these fighters fighting each other. You know what I mean? I know it's a business standpoint, but at the end of the day, I want to see fighters fight in their primes. You know what I mean? I don't want people to stall too long and then fight at the end of their careers. We don't want to see that stuff. So I hope I keep seeing stuff like this because there's a lot of great fights that could be made. A lot of great fights. Other than that, thank y'all so much for watching the video. If y'all like the channel, y'all like all this content, please make sure to show love. I really appreciate it. But other than that, thank y'all so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.